we get started. So this is a nightstand that I got at IKEA, and it's only $14.99. It's a really good deal, but it comes just natural. Let's see if you can see that. So that's the one that it is, and it's just a neutral, bare wood color that it comes in, and we've actually had it in my daughter's room for about 2 weeks now, and I didn't love the natural mixed with the colors that we have in her room. So I yesterday had a whole bunch of stuff out to paint with my spray painter and doing a whole bunch of stuff white, and I was like, I'm gonna paint her nightstand and I'm gonna add white to it. So I painted the entire thing white. The hardest part though was that it has a glass top. So you can see just a square glass top that goes right here. And I love that look, but I had to take the nightstand apart to get the glass out. And now that it's painted, I'm gonna have to take it apart a little bit again to put the glass back in. So that part's gonna be a little bit hard. Hi Tara, I miss you. Deborah, you haven't? I haven't either. I've done ombre on like canvas and stuff before, but I've never done ombre on furniture either. So this is gonna be a first for me. But anyway, so I had to take the glass out, and then I sprayed the whole thing with my Ombre Finisher Max paint sprayer, which I love. I've done, including this, 5 furniture pieces so far this week because I love it so much. It's so easy to completely give a furniture piece a new look with it. So that's what I sprayed this with, just with a Valspar, I'm trying to remember, Bright White, I think was the name of it. So it's just a true white color. And now we're gonna add the pink to it. So, I've got a couple people here. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, all I'm gonna use is 2 paint colors today. Let's see. Marissa, you need a paint sprayer. It's seriously like life-changing. If you paint at all, really, like one piece of furniture totally paid for itself. It was awesome. Let's see. Sorry. This one is a folk art and it's just wicker white. This one is a folk art and it's bright pink. So I picked the color that I want my brightest ombre color to be. So the very top color, what does that say? Oh. So the very top color is gonna be this bright white. And since it's already white, I'm actually not gonna end at a base white, but I'm gonna end at a very light pink. So how I'm gonna do this is, make sure you shake up your paints a lot. I'm going to start at my minimum color. I don't even know how to say that. So I just have a paint palette that I'm gonna add into. So do a whole bunch of white. Since these slats aren't very big, I don't need a lot of paint. And then I'm gonna add just 1 drop of pink. And if you guys don't buy these foam brushes when they're on sale, I highly recommend it. I'm actually like super running low. I usually have this and another container completely full of them. I buy them when they're 5 cents a piece at like Joann's or Michael's. Whenever they go on sale, I buy them. And that way I don't have to worry about cleaning my paintbrushes. I literally just throw them away. Okay, so we are going to mix it. So see how it's a super light pink. I actually might make it a little bit lighter. Let's add a little bit more white. Yes, Marissa, if you need to do a makeover on it, I highly recommend. Especially if I just painted my bedside table yesterday, and it's like like a Victorian. It's got lots of little designs and stuff all over it. If you have that, it is a pain to paint by hand. Like getting your brush and all those little nooks and crannies, it's so not worth it. It took me maybe 5 minutes per coat to paint my bedside table yesterday, and it would have taken so long to paint by hand. So I would totally invest in it. Okay, so I've got my lightest pink, and I am going to, actually, probably need a little bit more, but that's okay, we'll just scrape. I'm gonna paint this first little rung right here. So it's really, really subtle. You can barely see the pink on it, and that's what I wanted for my first one. Since it's white already, I just want the slightest hint of pink. Okay, so let's see if you guys can see that. It's just got a slight pink to it, really subtle. Now the next one, we're going to add a whole bunch of white and then more pink than I did in my last one. And because I'm going darker, I'm just gonna use the same paintbrush. Mix it up so you can see how the difference between the two. I'm spilling over into the first one. Whoops. Okay. So get that all mixed in. And if you're doing a bigger piece of furniture, just use the same technique with the paint mixture, and you can even like do it to your paint sprayer. If I were doing a big piece of furniture, I would totally put white paint in my paint sprayer and then like a couple drops of the pink, and then once the first color was sprayed, then I would just add a couple more colors of pink or a couple more drops of pink and continue on. Just add more pink each time you spray. And then if you want your last color to be the solid pink, then you can go in and take all of the white out, all of the color that you've done, and just add your solid color into it. That's what I would do. It would make it really easy to spray. Hey guys, we've got a couple new people. Those of you just joining, I'm Vanessa from Our Thrifty Ideas, and today we are doing an ombre bed side table, my daughter's nightstand. It is the NESNA nightstand from IKEA. It's only $15. I'll show you what it looks like. It's only $15, and it comes in the natural brown color. And I love the nightstand, but I didn't love the color in my daughter's room. And so yesterday, while I was painting other furniture white, I decided to go and grab this. And I took the glass out of the top and just added, just painted the whole thing white. And I love it. It's a lot prettier than the natural, and I think it'll go really good in my daughter's room. So we're gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna do the next color. And the best thing about this is, like, if you can't get the color that you want, just add more pink or add more white and keep going the whole way until you get the color that you want. Let's see. So this one, I added more pink. Gotta mix it a little bit more. Every time I keep adding more of each color, so my little palette is going to overflow here in a minute. So see how that one's just a little bit darker than the previous one. So that's gonna become the next one. I love how this is turning out, you guys. Hi, Allison. Oh, totally. Allison, actually when I told my son what I was doing, I just painted his dresser yesterday, and he has, I can't remember what they're called, the little like $30 dressers from IKEA. You guys, I kind of love IKEA. Pretty much everything in our new house is from there. So I painted the outside of his dresser blue, the whole outside, and left the drawers a natural wood color. And when I told him what I was doing with her nightstand, he got all sad and said that he wanted his to be cool like that. So we might paint his drawers an ombre color. So I think it would be super cool. I don't think ombre is like a girly thing at all. I just think it depends on what colors you use. So I did my son's a really kind of a bright blue, the outside of his dresser. And I think that we'll do a different color of ombre drawers if we end up doing it. Okay, so for my second to last color, instead of doing white and adding pink into it, I am doing a pink base and adding white to lighten it up. So instead of darkening my white, I'm lightening my pink. Does that make sense? Let's see. You guys, really, my comments on my computer are not loading at all. I don't have any of your guys' comments. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I kind of love my glasses now. Yeah, you guys, can I tell you my story of my glasses, actually? So I'm legally blind in my left eye. I cannot see at all. Thank you, Mom. I inherited that from her, and because I'm so blind, I am supposed to wear glasses all the time. I found that out in high school, and I got glasses and then decided that I did not like wearing glasses. I kind of felt like a geek, which is retarded that I felt that way, but I did. So I never wore them. From high school until a year ago, I never wore my glasses. And I would get headaches from it, and I literally couldn't see. I would just drive the speed of the traffic going next to me because I didn't know what the speed limits were. And so for Mother's Day last year, my husband got me a gift certificate to go get my eyes checked. Which is kind of like a slap in the face, but it's okay. Because I went and I told the girl I wanted complete neutral glasses. I wanted it to look like I wasn't wearing glasses at all. And she was like, okay, and she was so good. She showed me all of these different glasses that totally blended into my face, and I ended up buying a pair of them. And she was like, but I kind of think that your personality needs some different ones. And I was like, no, I just want them, you know, this pair's fine, I want a neutral one. And she was like, nope, I want you just to try these on. And she handed me like a purple pair or something like that. And I put them on and I was like, I kind of like them. And I had my daughter with me, and at the time she was 3. And she was like, Mom, look at these pink ones. And she picked these ones up. And I was like, oh, those are cute. And she was like, try them on, try them on. This little 3-year-old is begging me to try on pink glasses, which is every 3-year-old girl's dream. So I tried them on and I was like, huh, I kind of love those glasses. So this is totally off topic. So I got them. And for the first couple of months, I would wear them every once in a while, but not a lot. And then I realized that I kind of needed to rock them. So I now wear them all the time. I barely wear my other ones, and it's awesome how many comments I get about my glasses. So that was really random. Try refreshing to get the comments to show up. Oh, Marissa, that's a good tip. Okay, so you can see, so I'm now down to my last one. Do you see how it goes light, darker, 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 and this is gonna be my last pink. So I did not do made of laminate particle board. I don't think so. I think it's just wood. Let me see. I have it pulled up. It is, says it's made from bamboo. So it's bamboo. The white paint that I painted, so it just came bare. I painted it with just a paint and primer Valspar white paint. So it has been already primed with that. But I'm sure even if you didn't do that, that it would cover perfectly fine. Especially with the multi-surface. I love using multi-surface paint for pretty much everything. Hi Amanda! I could forward it ahead. Marsha, I know, I wish you could forward it ahead too, but we're actually live right now. So if you want, it'll be on my page, Our Thrifty Ideas, from now on, as soon as the video's done. If you want to come back and finish it later, you are welcome to. But unfortunately, life does not have a fast forward button. That would make my painting go faster though, wouldn't it? Marissa. Oh. Yes, Marissa, thank you. Yes, we are live. That's why I get on random tangents too. You guys have to listen to me talk about my glasses. Okay, so for this last one, I am just using just the pink. I didn't mix anything into it. So this one I will actually probably come back and do a second coat on because it's not covering solid pink. I mean, obviously the other ones, it didn't matter because they had white mixed into them. So they didn't need to cover a solid pink, but this one I want it to be dark pink. But I'm loving how this is turning out, you guys. What about you? Has anybody else painted furniture ombre? I really want to do it to my son's dresser now that like I'm looking at this, like it really makes me want to. Okay, so you can kind of get the look of it. Like I said, I'll have to come back for a second coat on it. But look at how cute that is, you guys. Starting at the light pink and going to the dark. So that's how it's gonna look from the top, and then when you walk in and you see it from the side, you'll just see the ombre. But I love that it's the glass top, so even looking down from above, she's got a bright pink lamp that sits on top of it from IKEA. Again, you guys, IKEA, love that place. Also, don't take your kids because they're like, Mom, I want this, it's $5. And I'm like, sure. Mom, I want this one's $6, sure. And then we get to check out and it's like, oh, let's not tell Dad about this total. Anybody else get that way? It's like worse than Costco for me. Like IKEA is bad. I go in with one thing in mind. Really though, who goes to IKEA with only one thing in mind? I don't believe it. Thanks, Stephanie. I think it turned out super cute. Okay, so just to recap, this nightstand, sorry my head's not in it. This nightstand is the NESNA nightstand from IKEA. This is what it looks like in the store. And it's just $15.99, so it's a really good deal. And I painted it, I spray painted it, not with a spray paint, but with a Valspar white paint and primer. I used my Ombre Finisher Max paint sprayer. You can find a link to that in the description up above. It's amazing. I painted so many things with it this week, and so I sprayed the entire thing, top to bottom, everything. I didn't have to spray these centerpieces, but it was just easier because it was already put together. So I sprayed it with a bright white, and then just painted all of the slats an ombre color. So starting with a white, I put white right here in the top one, and just added one dab of pink. And then the next one I did a bunch of white and then two. This one was about half and half. This one I started with the pink and added white into it. And then the very last slat, I just did a solid pink. Now I didn't start with a solid white because the whole thing is white. If the whole thing was a different color, I probably would have started with a solid white slat and got up from there. Let's see, so my colors that I used Folk Art Multi-Surface in bright pink. And then this one is a Folk Art just an acrylic paint, and it's in a wicker white. Both of these are linked in the description above as well. Hey Natalie! Thank you for joining. Okay, does anybody have any questions or anything? Also, okay, one more thing I'm gonna tell you guys. If you don't buy these when they're on sale and stock up, you need to. I did link to where you can buy them on Amazon up above, and they're a decent price up there. But if you watch, Joann's and Michael's will have really good sales. I wanna say the last time I bought them was at Michael's, and they were 20 for $1. So they came out to 5 cents a piece, which is amazing. And then, like I said, so I use them and then I just check them. I don't clean them because that's kind of a waste of my time. So anyway, if nobody else has any questions, I think we'll sign off for today. Thank you for joining in my very first Facebook Live. I was super, super nervous, like even to the point where when I was typing Facebook Live video, I typed Facebook Live sober. So if anyone was wondering, we are sober in this Facebook Live, except for my Dr. Pepper. But you know. Okay, so we are going to end. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see, Melissa. Oh, thank you. Let's see it with the glass on. Oh, I can't add the glass back in it right this second because it slides into these slits and I have to take it apart in order to do it. But yeah, it literally just sits right there. So you can see how it sits on top. So it's really dirty. You can tell it's in a little kid's room because it's super dirty. It has handprints all over